Hey guys, it is Wednesday morning here in the Philippines, so it is time for us to do our chase car unboxing. And as you probably can tell, we have a lowrider theme today. I'm actually going to call this like part 2 for my lowrider segment from previously. Because I know in that last video I had mentioned the Autoworld stuff coming out. So that's what we're taking a look at today, are the first two releases in the Autoworld Mijo Custom Lowriders series, which is the 62 Chevy Impala Release A and Release B with the ultra red counterparts for each car. So I wanted to set the theme. That's why we got some Revell lowriders out here in front of the little town with a lowrider billboard, kind of to show that we're having like some kind of lowrider show today. So to kind of get us in the mood for lowriders. So this is a series that I've been anticipating for a while. Happy to get the first two finally. It's late getting here, but hey, as they say, better late than never. So we're going to take a look at the first one in the regular form. This is your 62 Chevy Impala hardtop. Well, SS hardtop. And this one's very conservative looking. It doesn't look like much. It looks like a stock SS 327 Impala or SS 409 Impala. With a set of wire spoke wheels. Still has all the chrome trim. The paint job is pretty subtle. It has some pinstriping, but it doesn't really pop out at you. The two-tone is also something you would have seen from the factory. The white roof, the green body, and such. So as I said, it looks pretty conservative. The packaging is nice. Mijo has brought back the boxes to use in this series, which is cool because, as we know, Autoworld dropped those in our retail series that we find at Walmart and other places. So happy to see these boxes back. The packaging, they did some nice card art, as you can see. The picture of the 62 Chevy and with a green background with some pinstriping to kind of correspond with the pinstriping on the car. You can see at the top, custom lowriders, then your Mijo exclusive. And then on the box, as always, it says the true 1/64 scale, tells you the limited production number, 1 of 4,800, custom lowriders, 1962, Chevy Impala SS hardtop, special edition. And then you flip it around and it tells you the cars coming up in this series, which they have some really great ones. They pulled out all of their like iconic lowrider castings and made lowrider versions of them, and I'm extremely happy of that. Like to see the 76 Cadillac especially. Very happy to see that they did a couple variants of it. Same thing with the 70 Chevy Impala and the 66 Chevy Impala. Really happy to see them bring out these guys. The 62 Chevy Impala convertible is also cool, but it's kind of just like the hardtop, just with the top down, I guess you could say. So the other ones are ones that I'm really excited to see. Then on the back of this package, it does have a story to tell. It does say from, well, we'll start with the title. Cruising low and going slow. From the late 1940s in Los Angeles to the modern day customizers. The lowrider scene is rich in both culture and cars. Lowriders can now be seen across the world with their ground-hugging profile, custom paint jobs, and low-profile white wall tires. It's kind of hard to read this because there's like that plastic line there, so I'm trying to read under it. But anyways, designed and detailed by Autoworld, this exclusive collectible is sure to be a wild addition to your collection. Yeah, I agree with them. It is an awesome addition to our collections, and I just wish it would have had adjustable suspension like the Revells, but hey, I can go with the slammed conservative look that's fine with me. Just glad to see somebody showing some love to the lowrider scene once again. So let's get him out and take a look at him. And I'm going to show you something very controversial with the boxes of this car. So we'll go ahead and get him out, take a look at him, point out some unique features on this one. Because one thing cool about Mijo exclusives, unlike retail release Autoworld cars, the Ultra Reds are different per release. Usually with the retail releases, A and B share the same Ultra Red, but not with the Mijos. They kind of do, but they did make some subtle differences, so it makes them two different cars. So for people like me that unbox these, you're not just going to have doubles anymore. You're going to have two significantly different Ultra Reds, which is really cool. So before we take a look at the green Impala, I'm going to show you the box and why I said it's controversial. So as you remember, I pointed out on the one side, one of 4,800 custom lowriders. Well, on this side, one of 3,600 custom lowriders. So that's very strange. There's no other reason why they would have done this, just that it's an error. So we have no idea how many cars they really made. All the cars that I bought, though, have the one of 4,800 facing out. Maybe they were going to originally only do 3,600, and they figured out this was going to be a huge success, so they added 1,200 to it. But I really don't know why they wouldn't have reprinted the boxes. So that's also like on the back of the box, too. There's a typo, misspelt word, but I'm not going to be that picky on the grammar and stuff, but this is something that you should be picky about and kind of bring up some questions like, so how many did you guys really produce? Now, how do we know that it's not more than 4,800? How do we know that they're ever being honest about production numbers and such? So that's kind of controversial. And all of them are like this. As you know, I pre-open these before our segment and look at these in detail, and all the boxes are like this on the Ultra Reds, on the black variant, all of them. So I'm kind of like a little bit stumped. I have no idea how many they actually made. But usually in the advertisements for these cars, they said like 4,800 production. And that's what is transparent unless you open it. Then you'll see the other side. But anyways, let's take a look at this beautiful car. So nothing against the cars. It was just that that's kind of controversial. But the cars are still yet gorgeous. Very nice green paint. As I said, it's kind of conservative. Could be thought of as like stock like color. Not really heavy metal flake. Some subtle metal flake. Does have some really cool gold pinstriping to make some patterns. It's kind of like a double gold pinstriping, like with the pattern on the quarter. Then you have one on the door and then another one going onto the fender. You have your Impala emblem there with the round SS emblem too, which is usually in red, but it's hard to see against this gold paint. You have your cross flags on the front fender for the V8, and then very nicely detailed chrome knockoff wire spokes, which I will just call Dayton's because that's the most iconic name in the lowriding culture for wire wheels. Very nicely detailed front end. I'm not sure what the plate's supposed to mean. It has lettering that says 4DFD or F056. I'm not sure if it's just a regular plate or if it has some vanity like behind it. Like if it means something. Sometimes numbers and letters go together and kind of type some kind of phrase. Besides that, though, beautifully detailed grille, headlights, the hood ornament, well, I wouldn't say ornament, but hood badge. The fender ornaments, they're really cool, nicely detailed. And this is another thing I wanted to point out besides the side striping. There is a ghosted in pinstriping where there would have been a hood ornament on like other cars. You could kind of see it in different lighting. It's like a darker green. Just kind of remember the shape of that because I'm going to point it out on the Ultra Red. Then it does have an opening hood with a detailed engine. But I'm going to say this is probably the 327 and not the 409 because it does not look like W-shaped valve covers or heads like the 409 or 348 had. But the valve covers do look awfully wide, like a big block, but it couldn't be a big block because the big blocks did not appear until 65. So, not sure what they were trying to put in this car, but I'm going to guess that it was a 327 because I don't think the SS would have had a 283, but I could be wrong about that. But it would have definitely been a small block, and if it would have been a 409, it would have had these distinguishable, like, valve covers. They look like W's, so they're very easy to tell if you have this style engine that they called an elephant engine, but that's just because of the cubic inches. There's a lot of engines referred to as the elephant engine, the Hemi, the big blocks, and so forth. But anyways, back to the die cast, and as you could see, very nicely done with the pinstriping, the white roof, and these are plastic roofs because they use the same casting for the convertible. They just have a different insert with a windshield with a convertible header panel. Then you have your top boot back here. So same casting, just different insert for the windshield. Basically, you have the convertible windshield or you have the windshield attached to the roof. So very cool casting. So let's get the Ultra Red out and look at him. Here you go. There he is in the package. And as you can see, it is much different than the regular. It has all gold trim and gold Daytons and gold interior. But as you can see, it has that pinstriping on the side and such. So I will get him out and show him to you up close. And as I said, the Ultra Reds are the same but yet different to kind of, as I said, give you that, I don't know, collectability of having both of them. If you do open them, you do have two different cars, and if you keep them in the package, you still have two different cars. So once again, the box for this one of 4,800, one of 3,600. So that raises some questions. But still beautifully done die cast. So I'm not going to complain. I don't care how many they made. I'm happy with the cars. So here you go. And as you can see, same pinstriping with the patterns, double pinstriping in gold. Does not have the Impala SS emblem on the quarters though. Has all gold trim, no white base. The only Ultra Red feature on this car is the paint. Very cool, all gold trim, gold Daytons, and the plate on this one, if you could see, it has black and gold, like BLK, GLD, I believe. Or no, it actually has the full word black, and then actually the full word gold. So let's try to get this to zoom in a little bit because I'm reading out the package of the black one, because the plate is a different color than on the other one. As you can see, it's blue on this car, it's black on that one. So it does say black and gold. It's too hard for me to read it off the car, but I'm going to say that's what it says. But I'm going off what it says on the package of the black car. And then on the hood, as I said, remember that pinstriping, because on this one it's much more transparent because it's gold on top of the Ultra Red, which looks really good. This actually looks like a really killer lowrider with the Ultra Red, all gold trim and such. Looks beautiful, gold interior. This looks like how a lowrider should look. You pop the hood and same engine thing, but kind of hard to see the valve covers, but it almost looks like they're painted gold in some manners. So that may be something that is different with the black and gold one. To be honest, I never even opened the hood of that car and looked at it in detail. But very cool car. So as I said, remember these stripes because they are the same stripes as on this car. But they just did it everything else to correspond with the black and gold one. So here is your stock black and gold. Same thing, nice collector box with the matching black paint, gold pinstriping, one of 4800, picture of the Impala once again, Mijo exclusive, custom lowriders, and then on the back of the package, same thing, has the list, has the same story, just different pictures. That's the only thing. So let's get him out and take a look at him. So very nicely done car once again, and as I said, the gold, sometimes it's kind of overkill, but it does kind of make it look more like a believable lowrider. I love the green one, don't get me wrong, it's just very conservative looking. And once again, with the box, one of 4800, so this is from the different car, one of 3600, and I know they didn't make 3600 ultra reds, so that is not a good excuse. Now, on this one, as you can see, there's no pinstriping on the side of this car. It's just basic, straightforward black. You could see the Impala SS emblem a little better. And then all the gold trim, like on the Ultra Red. Gold interior, just like the Ultra Red. Then that black and gold license plate. And then here's the engine. And yes, it does have gold valve covers and such. So that's kind of what I was trying to see on the other one. But on the green car, it does have that conservative orange valve cover, stock looking. So this one's more, I would call, pimped out than the green one. So really cool looking car. And then this one, remember these stripes though on the hood and deck lid. So let's go ahead and get his ultra red counterpart out and look at him. So let's get these lined up here. And then the ultra red, here you go. As you can see on the side, there's no side stripes, and this does have the Impala SS emblem there. And then once again, same package, same thing, one of 4800 and blah blah blah. I'm just pointing that out so you guys can see how the boxes are different on each side. One says 3600, one says 4800, so nobody knows how many were made. So anyways, let's get him out and take a look at him. So, and once again, there's the box on the opposite side that was in with this Ultra Red, one of 3600. And then here is your Ultra Red. Now, once again, there's no side stripes, all one solid color. You have the Impala emblem, and then you flip him over, and there are those pinstripes on the hood and deck lid to correspond with the black car. So really cool. And then this guy here, the Ultra Red, as you can see, there's no deck lid striping on the one that was for the green, and then it has different striping on the hood. And then on the side of the car, there's the side striping, and then this one has none. But the strange part is that they did use all the gold trim, gold interior and such, and even used the black and gold license plate. So as I said, same type of Ultra Red, but they did do those subtle differences with the striping to make it a different chase piece. So that is pretty cool that they did that. To kind of give collectors, I don't know, a significant difference in the Ultra Reds. I do like that because I open everything, and unfortunately, since I opened like the Ultra Reds of both my Jeeps and both my F-150s and square bodies, I just have doubles nowadays. So it's not like I have different chase pieces, I just have doubles, which nowadays I'm not buying both variants since I open. I'm just buying one variant of the Ultra Red. I will buy both regular variants, but only one Ultra Red. And the Ultra Reds that I do have doubles of, I'm going to probably trade or sell to get some different chase cars in the collection. But these guys here, though, that is pretty cool. They are different. So that does give me like some reason to buy these Ultra Reds from Mijo. So very happy that they did this. So guys, that is our show for today. And we have some really fantastic stuff coming up this weekend. I'm probably going to do a few different short videos because a lot of this stuff deserves its own like 15 minutes of fame or 10 minutes of fame. I have a lot of really cool releases from Mini GT, but I also have some really cool stuff from Johnny Lightning. As you've seen my one post of the Golf gas station, I have that coming up this weekend. Probably will do a separate segment on each gas station just because they are so cool. You want to get like more of a detailed look at them. Maybe I will try to do two, but we'll just see how it goes. But yeah, we have the Golf, we have Texaco, and then we have the Sunoco. The Sunoco is slightly different, but same principle. Has this like porcelain kind of composite plastic, I don't even know what to call it, resin gas stations, but they are extremely heavy, and it comes with the corresponding gas like tow truck or parts runner. The Sunoco actually comes with a Mark Donahue Camaro though, which is pretty cool. Then we have some other stuff, and as I said, I'm working on building a Halloween segment for you guys, so I'm gathering some pieces for that show, which will be on actually Halloween. I will show it the Halloween weekend, so make sure you tune in for that. But as I said, we'll have some cool stuff coming up this week, probably doing like at least 2, maybe even 3 or 4 videos for the rest of this week on some of this stuff. So as promised though, the gas stations will be this weekend. But in the meantime, I may do some Mini GT stuff because we have some new Lambos, we have some new Liberty Walk Beamers, some of the, or actually, there's only one, is the C8 Corvette, which is one that I do want to do a single video on because that's Mini GT's first American car. So that will be cool to look at. So a lot of great stuff coming up this week, and then next week we have some old classic stuff from the past 10 or 20 years coming up. So always something interesting to see here on this channel. So guys, if you have not subscribed yet, please remember to do so. Please give me a thumbs up. Please share the video, tell your friends about me, and share the videos with them. Enjoy the rest of your week, guys, and I will probably see you by Friday at the latest with some Mini GT stuff. So thanks for watching, and see you later this week.